Hey travelers, you've been asking if buying points and miles is actually worth it. Let's cut the suspense. Not only is the answer a resounding yes, but today I'm going to show you how buying points and miles can unlock luxury stays and bucket list flights in business class. I'll make it real by purchasing points and miles and show you how I'm able to stay at the St. Regis, Waldorf, and fly the best business class in the sky, Qatar Airways. And yes, I do bring along my dog Q's with me sometimes. For those new to the channel, I'm Richard Debs from R2 Travel Rewards, and I'm an avid traveler. I'm fresh off a Q Suite trip from Doha to Kenya and currently recording from my luxury villa in Diani on the coast. Be sure to hit me up in the chat section of my website, boomacompany.com, if you have specific questions. The subject of buying points and miles is of particular importance to me due to the frequency of my abroad travel. I've been traveling internationally since late February and I'm still going strong. I keep changing my return date because it's so friggin' great meeting new people and taking in new cultures. Also, when I left the US, there was snow on the ground and neither Q's nor I are big fans of snow. So there's a touch of post-traumatic snow disorder going on as well. However, my mother has scolded me for missing Thanksgiving last year, so naturally I'm gonna need to remedy that this year. So let's start with section 1. Why buy points and miles? Buying points and miles can be a smart strategy if you know how to use it. Whether you're topping off your account for a dream redemption, or you've drained your coffers as in my case, taking advantage of limited time bonus sales can offer immense value. I'm talking beaucoup dollars in savings. So let's talk Hilton. Hilton Honors points can be used at over 7,000 properties worldwide, from budget-friendly Hampton Inns all the way to ultra-luxury Waldorf Astorias, and even SLH properties. Buying Hilton points makes sense when there's a promotion, like the current 100% bonus offer. This means that you're paying only 0.5 cents per point. Combine that with a 5th night free on award stays, and you're looking at some serious savings. But you need to have a strategy because there are yearly caps on how many points you can purchase. And as you can see here, I'm already maxed out, and so is my player 2. However, because I'm a points maximizer, I make sure to sign up family members to the Honors program, then purchase points on their account, and then transfer those points to my account. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
I love seamless points transfers with Hilton, but there are rules regarding sharing and transferring Hilton points. I'll include a link to Hilton's frequently asked questions in the description below, but here's what you need to know. The maximum single transfer that you can do is 500,000 points, and there's a maximum of 6 transfers per calendar year, and a maximum of receiving 2 million points per calendar year. So our first example is the Waldorf Astoria in Doha. The cash price for booking a standard room at the Waldorf in Doha is $470 per night. Multiply that by 5 nights, and the total cash price is over $2,350. To book those same 5 nights with points, you're looking at 80,000 points per night. But remember that you get the 5th night free, so you only need to book 4 nights with points at 80,000 points per night, which equals 320,000 points. So if we wanted to buy those 320,000 Hilton points, using the current 100% bonus sale, you only need to purchase 160,000 points, which comes out to $1,600, which will give you 320,000 points. So to make it clear, to purchase 320,000 points, you only need to spend $1,600. So compare that to the cash price of $2,350, you've just realized a savings of $750. Now I recommend that you take that $750 in savings and book yourself 3 signature restorative journey treatments from the Waldorf Spa during your 5-night visit. There's actually more savings going on here because you're not paying any fees nor any taxes, and you can cancel up to 2 days in advance without a penalty. So if you enjoy luxury stays like I do, this is the play. You'd be amazed at how some folks just drop cash without recognizing that purchasing points is almost always advantageous. And the savings are higher as you step up in class. For example, let's talk about the Boros in the Maldives, which is an SLH property. The cash price for a 5-night stay is around $5,500, which is around $1,100 per night. To book the same stay with points, you're looking at 150,000 points per night. Again, you get the 5th night free if you book 5 nights, so your total points for the stay is 600,000 points. Now we're gonna use the current 100% bonus offer. So to get our 600,000 points, we only need to purchase 300,000 points, and that'll cost $3,000. However, there is a limitation with Hilton where they're currently only allowing you to purchase 240,000 points. So you're gonna need two sources here. So for example, player 1 can purchase 150,000 points, and player 2 can purchase the remaining 150,000 points. Or like me, enlist a family member, knowingly or unknowingly. Kidding. So with all that said, this $5,500 cash price only costs you $3,000 when buying and booking with points, netting you a savings of $2,500. And for extra value, this strategy is great for peak dates when the cash prices surge. Our third example is closer to home. Let's look at the Conrad in New York Midtown. The cash price here is around $900 per night, whereas the points required per night are 95,000 Hilton points. And if you were to buy 95,000 Hilton points using the 100% bonus offer, it would only cost you $475. So right away, you're saving $425 per night. This too is a great strategy for those peak dates where the cash prices surge. And again, book 5 nights with points and get your 5th night free, making it even more cost effective. All right, now that we've realized beaucoup savings with Hilton hotels, let's look at Alaska Airlines miles. The Alaska Airlines mileage plan is one of the most valuable frequent flyer programs out there, especially for international premium cabin redemptions. Alaska has some great partner airlines like Japan Airlines, Qatar Airways, American, and Cathay Pacific. Think business class to Asia, Africa, or the Middle East at a fraction of the cash price. And in all honesty, the breakfast buffet at the St. Regis in Bangkok alone is enough reason to visit Asia. Their chicken satay skewers changed my life, and I still think about them anytime I see meat on a stick. Now, while I'm abroad, I still hunt for business class flights, like this Q Suites flight from Doha to Kenya, which brought me here. And this example illustrates such. Alright, so Alaska Airlines currently has a 70% bonus miles sale. Folks, this sale ends Thursday, June 26. For this promotion, to get the 70% bonus, the minimum miles that you have to purchase is 40,000 miles. So I recently booked a business class flight to Hong Kong from Cape Town. The required miles for this flight are 85,000 miles. And because of the 70% bonus sale, I only need to purchase 50,000 miles to get the 85,000 miles. And that comes out to $1,375. And don't forget the 7.5% tax for a grand total of $1,478.13. Compare that to the cash price of $3,600. I'm realizing a savings of nearly $2,136. Again, more beaucoup dollars in savings. Last year, Alaska ran a 100% bonus points sale, and I arguably did not purchase enough miles last year because I had already maxed out on Hilton and Marriott points already. Given my current travel plans, this 70% bonus sale is worth it for me. I definitely did better than last time. So here are a few tips to make sure that you're getting the best bang for your buck. Only buy points and miles during promotions. Know your redemption goals. Always compare cash versus points value. And don't hoard your points. Redeem them strategically. Buying points and miles isn't for everyone. But if you're a savvy traveler with a strategic plan, it can unlock incredible value. Hilton Honors and the Alaska Mileage Plan are two of the best programs to get started with. Now, I referenced Marriott earlier, so let's talk about Marriott because I buy points with multiple hotel programs. So Marriott offers a 50% bonus sale once or twice a year. I only ever buy Marriott points when there's a 50% sale, else I just wait. And when your player 1 and player 2 are maxed out, you may use the same strategy which I outlined with Hilton, enlist a family member and purchase through them and then transfer those points over to your account. As always, pay attention to the detail because Marriott has some rules regarding points transfers. The maximum transactions per month are 2. The maximum transactions per year are 6. You can transfer up to a maximum of 100,000 points per calendar year, and a member can receive up to a maximum of 500,000 Marriott Bonvoy points per calendar year. So the St. Regis in Bangkok was one of my most memorable stays, and I highly recommend that you visit. So let's look at that as our next example. The cash price per night at the St. Regis is $324. So once again, we're going to use a 5-night strategy. So the total cash price for 5 nights is $1,620. So if we wanted to use points for our stay, remember we get the 5th night free when booking 5 nights, the total points required are 183,000 points. If we're going to use our 50% bonus on purchase point strategy, we only need to purchase 122,000 points to meet our goal of 183,000 points. And the cost to purchase 122,000 points is $1,013. Compare that to the total cash price of $1,620, you're realizing a savings of $607, or 37%. This kind of redemption is ideal for high-end Marriott properties like the St. Regis and the Ritz-Carlton. Trust me, when you're out exploring the culture, meeting the locals, eating the exotic food, buying Thai silk scarves as souvenirs for your mom, and I don't know, doing a floating market tour in the late afternoon when your boat driver gets a little carried away, speeds down the river, and blows the engine, leaving you stranded in the middle of a river, likely infested with Komodo dragons with not a living soul in sight, you'll be glad to come home to the St. Regis and hit their luxurious relaxation room, thinking about how you narrowly escaped ending up on the Thai evening news. So I recognize that buying points and miles is a foreign concept to a lot of you, because we love to organically earn points and miles through credit card spend, and definitely from acquiring new cards with fat sign-up bonuses. But if you travel frequently, you're gonna run out of points. And when you run out of points, you're gonna have to pay for your flights and stays. And you wanna look for savings wherever possible, and buying points and miles is a smart strategy to consider. Additionally, I no longer transfer points to hotels. My transferable points are earmarked for business class redemptions only. I'm more bougie than hip, so your boy needs to fly with a little bit of lux. So let me know in the comments, if you've never bought points and miles before, what's holding you back? Let's talk about it. And if you have, what are your favorite points to buy? Thank you for watching until the end. Since you've gotten this far, it only makes sense to like, share, subscribe to this channel, and become a member to help give it some visibility. As always, take care and be good to each other.